Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Schwartz and today we're going to be putting together a TMG industrial arch wall peak ceiling, come on, I need to get down there, storage shelter. And so that's what it's going to look like. Maybe I'll even have it in the thumbnail of this already built. I don't know. So we're out here at where I'm going to be setting it up. Forgot my tripod, but I don't have everything out here yet, so I'll have to go back and get stuff anyways. But anyway, so right now we're just going to be starting with the base, which I bet if we open this manual, that's probably what it says. Normally I just wing stuff like this, but I think I'm going to look at the manual this time because this is kind of a little bit of a bigger project here. So I'm not exactly sure what language. Well, this is from Canada, so they should know how to count, but it starts with step 2. And oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm wearing orange, it's hunting season right now, and so I'm kind of multitasking. So if you see me looking around, I'm probably looking for deer. Yeah, I forgot where I just left off now, but step 2, I would hope maybe step 1 is just like getting your concrete. We're not doing concrete, we're doing a piece of wood, well, 4 pieces of wood. We're gonna do the wood. Right now I'm just gonna measure it out on the wood, drill the holes, and I have, so these are the anchors. Can't remember if I showed you that or not. And then there's certain ones for the corner. Then I just got these bolts. I'm just gonna bolt it. And there's like washers and nuts too. I'm gonna bolt it right to this board, and that'll be my base rather than the concrete, because concrete is gonna be more permanent, and so you would need a building permit. And I'm not doing that because I'm not. So yeah, I guess we'll just figure out here. Looks like they need to be spaced 1,307 millimeters or 4.3 feet. I don't know how much feet is a 0.3, but well, 12 divided by, I don't know. I'll figure that out. Should be 4 inches, I think. I don't know. But yeah, then we'll just kind of go through this. This is really fancy paper, actually. So yeah, but I'll get started on this, and I might do a time lapse, might not. I don't know if I have my charger for the GoPro, but if I do, I'll do the time lapse. Yeah, I guess I'll do that on all 4 of these, and then we'll start leveling and stuff. Or should I level that first? Or should I not worry about leveling? You should probably worry about leveling. I'll ponder that. All right, so it's a week later. Well, not maybe a week. I don't know, whatever. But basically, I had to wait because these are 1/2-inch bolts, and I have a 1/2-inch drill bit here, but my M12 drill couldn't fit it. So, you know, I did what any man would do in a situation like this and bought a nice Black Friday toolkit. But anyways, that thing, those, oh my god, it's like night and day between, because these are the fuels and everything, so it's fancy. But night and day between those and just the normal M12s. But yeah, so this is one board all done up, perfectly straight line, and so there's only 3 more to go. But yeah, so that's my plan here, is just to put them in there like that. And then I got these bolts with the like fat, what are they called, carriage bolts, so they have like the nut on the back, so I don't have to worry about holding it with anything while I'm drilling like this. We got a little crack there, that's alright. And yeah, so still hunting season, so I still got my little Red Ryder there. I'm just kidding, it's Remington, but that's besides the point. And it's cold out, it's really cold, so here I am bundled up, watching for little deers running around, drilling holes, and yeah, it's just, I'll attach a video. I'll probably already have that video in there, but yep. This thing doesn't mess around, holy cow, look at this. So I'm gonna finish these out, and then I'll start anchoring them down. That'll be interesting because the ground's like frozen, so stay tuned for that, I guess. Well, now it looks a little something like this, and the boards were long enough that I could cut a little off. Holy cow, even the saw is butter smooth, just zip, and it's so quiet. One of the ends and get this extra bolt on this part here. This side I leveled off while it was all muddy, and this side I didn't know how far 20 feet was, so that's gonna be fun. I gotta at least level it a little bit. I'll have this handy dandy Harbor Freight shovel, but once I do that, I'm gonna throw some anchors in the ground. All right, I just realized I forgot to talk about what I did last night. Ignore everything that's done so far, but basically I drilled these, they're 4-inch, 4-foot anchors, and I just cut a slot in the wood for them so that this part could fit through. But I drilled that in and then put the board over top of it and then turned this in until it was tight. So like, they're not all that tight, but it's not going anywhere, I don't think. I might do something to keep it from turning, because I don't know, they're not horribly hard to turn. So I might put a strap through it, or I don't really know yet. But yeah, well, I use this dump truck to drop off the shelter because I had it in the back of here, and I wanted to record it coming out the back because I'm sure it looks pretty cool, and then it would just give me an excuse to get this dump truck on the channel a little bit. And I started kind of recording a video with it, but I haven't done much with it. I was just happy it was running, so I didn't think to get out and set up a camera. And not that it doesn't run good, it was cold and I didn't want it to run out of gas because I haven't put gas in it yet besides when I got it. But yeah, so maybe I'll illustrate that for you coming over the back of there so you can see it. So this is what we ended up with, you know. We're gonna have that, but I'm just gonna start laying out the pieces. For the top we need, or I guess like the hoops, we need a 1, and that's your peak, a 2 and a 3 all the way down the side on each side. So I'm just gonna start laying out pieces. 4s were on the top and now I got to the 6s, so I don't know, we're going the wrong way, but eventually we'll get to 1, 2 and 3. Oh, we need a 7 across the middle there. So yeah, gonna unpack this and kind of get started here. So I've got one of these up already, just kind of bolted them together. I got another one ready to go. I just thought I'd show you how I get these up here, because you know, you never know when you're gonna have to do this yourself. Because you're watching the video, you might do it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm doing this myself, and I did have like a couple people volunteer to help me and everything, but I don't know, it's just, I'd rather kind of do it myself, I think, because there's nothing like doing stuff yourself and when you're done, you're like, yeah, I did this. And start on that end actually. But I just thought you might want to see this on how to do it yourself, because, and I'm sure there's more than one way to skin a cat, but this just kind of goes in here, and it's kind of hard to, you'd have to pick up the whole thing. I don't know if that's on the camera or not, but the angle that it's at, it's just not going to slide in until that side's up. So I'm sure you could get something to like hold this up, but how I did the first one is I just kind of started balancing it like this, and then run to the other end and catch it before it falls. And then you just put this end in. I'm trying to get it to fall in on that side. There we go. And then I can just push it in over here. Slide it down. So then we got 2 up, and I didn't put any bolts on the bottom yet, but they just go in like that, and there'll be some bracing that goes across. And I might start, I don't know if I want to put them all up first or start bracing them. Might do 3 and then do the first one, if that makes sense, because then it's like the way the braces go on, they like clamp across. So I need another one here before I even do this one. So, and this one's connected to that one. So yeah, I'll just keep doing that 8 more times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 more times. But yeah, I didn't really, I mean, everyone's got their own stuff going on. So that's kind of why, like, I didn't ask for help, and I don't really need it, honestly, but not right now anyway. I might for the tarp part, but for now I'm doing all right. And it's also, I don't even know how cold. Let's see. It's below freezing, that's for sure. And I'd say the hardest part, honestly, is just using gloves that somewhat keep your fingers warm and that you can still grab onto bolts and stuff. But yeah, it's 19 degrees and feels like 5 degrees. Oh, it's 20 degrees now. Feels like 5 degrees. So, you know, it's a little chilly, I'll admit it. But yeah, these gloves are a little too bulky for handling screws and stuff. So I've just been laying out these parts like this, and I need 2 of these guys. They just go in there. These fit in there, and then you use, the directions tell you which bolts to use. So you use longer ones there, and then we've got a number 7 going across that uses shorter bolts. They're in millimeters, but it's a bigger bolt. Yeah, so I have everything down in here, and it's just kind of hard grabbing stuff. Like, you're trying to put stuff on, and then you drop it, and you have 3 washers in there for some reason. And that's the hardest part, unless you can't run. Then it would be probably balancing that part and running to the other side. Well. I forgot my GoPro to record this, but frame's all done. Forget exactly where I left off, but once you get all the hoops up, you just go around and put these guys on, and they just clamp on either side. And then there's a little square, whatever, carriage bolt, whatever. And it goes on there, and then that just, you know, tightens on from that side. And then there's these little, you can kind of see it, that Sharpie mark in there. And then the ends is just a clamp like this. These are angles for support. Oh, also, sometimes my genius is almost frightening. You remember on the bottom where I said these hoops, I want to make something so they don't turn? Look at this. Look at how perfect. Because these had to go along the bottom anyways. For something for the canopy to get tied to. These things fit through here almost perfectly. Some of them I had to stretch out the ring a little bit to get it to fit through. Because this side is thicker than the diameter of the pipe. And so some I had to pound in there a little bit, persuade. But yeah, I don't think this is going anywhere. This isn't turning out. The only downside I see to this is when the ground thaws out, if the shelter sinks a little, I won't be able to tighten these up. But yeah, these clamps that I was talking about, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each shebang, and then these on the bottoms get bolted to the bracket themselves. Next up, well, and there's 4 of these diagonal support guys, whatever they're called. So next up is going to be the canopy. I don't think I have time for that today. Yeah, it's 2:53. I have to go get ready for some stuff. Probably just pull this in, make it look nice, and get the canopy another day. I was just cleaning up my bags here and I saw 5C. Well, I must have skipped over 5C here. It's the self-tappers. And so I just went around quick and put all these in those. I imagine it's just so it doesn't drift, and it's not a very straight line. But we're not going to look at that. And so then also before the top tarp goes on, you also have to use some tape came with the kit. And I'll have to go around and tape up. I don't know if I'll have to do all of these or just these. It's kind of, it just says wrap 17 is tape around the sharp points of the joint to avoid friction between the fabric and the interface. So I don't know if it's kind of somewhat talking about the bolts, but I think it might be talking about the actual, like right here where they meet rather than the bolts themselves, because when the tarp's going over top it shouldn't hit on these. So I'm thinking it's that, and that's what I'm probably gonna do. And then yeah, then we should be ready for the fabric. The fabric is gonna go on the front and rear first, and then the top will get pulled over, and then the string will be used to tie it all up. Alrighty, so I got all the tape on the abrasive where they, like, you know, meet. Might go around on the corners yet and get the sides, but yeah, so just this little ledge that's sticking up is taped over those. Start getting the sides up, and then I'd have to call in some help for the top, but we shall see. And it's a pretty decent day today. It's not freezing, I don't think. It's 33 degrees. So I had the tape stored indoors last night, well, actually like the past week, but just so that it's not frozen. I'm trying to install it, and obviously these pipes are cold, but I don't know, the tape seems to be sticking all right. All right, huh? How about that? It went kind of fast because, well, not like fast, but faster than I could record, I guess you could say. Because my grandpa came down here and helped me, so I wasn't really recording and stuff here and there. But yeah, so basically the ends go up first, the 2 ends, and the rope just gets sent through these eyelets and around the, or rivet, whatever those are, and around the pole, back through all the way around, and you just kind of estimate how much you need and you feed it through each time. And then if you need a little more, you just go back through and feed some more. But then the top is very heavy. This is a 20 by 40, so I imagine any bigger you'd probably want either more guys, or my dad ended up coming down too, so we had 3 guys pulling it, but very heavy. I've seen people use like trucks and stuff, so that might help. Same thing on the bottoms. I don't know if there's like an order of what you have to do it. What I did was, for the top, I did the ends first, and then that kind of helps stretch it like away from the middle, I guess. And then I did the sides last, so they kind of pull down, stretch everything out nice. You don't need it to be perfect before you start putting the rope through, because it kind of, as you go, you tighten it, and it's not extremely tight. Looks like we got a little hole of some sort there. I might put tape on that so it doesn't get any worse. But yeah, overall not too bad, not too bad. We had some rope left. I tried just taking enough each time for enough to like tie it off. I'm no knot expert, but yeah, there's like maybe 4 or 5 feet left here, and then I don't know, 10 feet maybe here approximately. But they don't give you a lot of extra rope, but you don't have to be too chintzy with it either, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I got her loaded up already. This stuff was just sitting outside, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I gotta keep a ladder out here to get the doors up, because well, that's another thing. I don't know, there's like these straps here, and then the buckle, that's like, that part comes out of that part. and then the strap goes around it, but I can't figure out how to get the strap through the buckle so that it stays. Probably pretty basic stuff there, but yeah. So, oh, there's more up there. Yeah. I got a little dirty because I was in the dirt, and then I had my dirty gloves on it, but yeah, it's nice material. This is the thicker 17 ounce, I think it is, PVC. So yeah, 17 ounce. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. Maybe check out some of my other videos. Subscribe if you want to. Yeah, toodles.